Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Show's World.
Welcome to Show's World, gamers. Josh here, and as this week draws to a close, I wanted to take a moment to look at this week's new game releases, gaming announcements, and a few news stories. If this is your first time on the channel, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button to join in on the fun. Alright gamers, as always, we will start off with this week's new game releases. Now, Park Beyond is a theme park simulation game coming to the PlayStation 5, the PC, and Xbox Series systems. The game looks to take the genre to the next level, allowing for more creative and cool attractions and areas than ever before in a theme park sim game. F1 2023, the official racing game of the FIA Formula One World Championship, released this week on the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems. The game was developed by Codemasters and published by EA Sports. Dardane is a unique narrative experience where you take control of a character as she sets off to make a new start. The game is out now on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series systems, and it was also a day one release on Game Pass. Alchemical Cutie was released this week on the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox One, as well as on Xbox Series systems. The game is a wholesome, relaxing RPG game set on a colorful island. While on Wumba Island, you will tame wild jellies, meet villagers, enter jelly competitions, and uncover the secrets of the island. Next up, let's take a look at some gaming announcements. Now, Star Wars Outlaws was shown off at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it looked awesome. Then, it was given an extended gameplay look at the Ubisoft Forward event, showing a variety of gameplay in the game, from stealth to shooting to speeder bike. We saw combat, and of course, even space battles. This game looks super good. It was one of my favorite things I saw this weekend, and it's definitely a day one pickup for me. Also, Metaphor Refantasio is a new RPG coming from Atlas and the team that has previously worked on the mainline Persona games. This talented team makes some of the most cool, stylized RPG games, and I can't wait to see them attack a whole new IP. No news on a release window, but I'm definitely keeping my eye on this title. Also, Dungeon of Hinterberg has a really interesting looking visual style. The gameplay we saw looks fun. It looks to be a 3D action platformer with fighting, platforming, and puzzles, and it's scheduled for release next year in 2024. 33 Immortals is an awesome looking co-op action roguelike title that allows you and up to 33 other gamers playing as damned souls who are rebelling against God's final judgment. The gameplay reminds me a little bit of Hades, but massively multiplayer, and I can't wait to get my hands on this title. It looks really good also. Now, one other reveal last week that kind of snuck under the radar is the Roller Champions crossover with Jet Set Radio. Roller Champions is an underrated, really fun game, and this is a game event that looks awesome, and it's coming to us pretty soon on June 27th. Alright gamers, let's finish up with a few news stories from this week in gaming. Now this week, we got the big Xbox showcase. It kicked off the week with hope that this would be the moment that Xbox gets back on track after a tumultuous few weeks, and they kind of did. Starfield looked really good. Forza got dated for this October. We got another look at Fable, Avowed, and Hellblade 2, which is coming in 2024. But I felt like the showcase was just missing that one big thing that would have really made it a 5 out of 5 for me. Next, it was Capcom's turn as they held their gaming showcase, where we got new info on Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. I did play that here on the channel. I'll link that video at the end of this one. It's really good. Definitely check that out. Exoprimal, the Ace Attorney trilogy reveal, a Mega Man mobile game, the same Jiu-Jitsu Gami trailer, we already saw some Street Fighter 6 esports info, and probably the one bright spot in a very low tier showcase, Dragon's Dogma 2, which it's actually looking really good. Then we also got a Ubisoft Forward showcase, giving us a deep dive into Avatar Frontiers gameplay, along with the release date of December 7th. We also got a lot of gameplay for Star Wars Outlaws, which we talked about earlier, and it looked awesome. And Prince of Persia, and info on The Division Resurgence, Captain Laserhawk, Skull and Bones, closed beta, among others. Then we got an extended look at Assassin's Creed Mirage, which it's looking really good also. Now, in some super disappointing news this week, Embracer Group, the huge conglomerate who has spent the last few years really gobbling up tons of IP and studios, announced this week that they are doing some restructuring and cutting back on game development, throwing a wrench in hopes for multiple classic gaming franchises rumored to be coming back. Now, in a really cool news story, straight out of the 90s, McDonald's just released a purple shake celebrating the classic McDonald's character Grimace's 52nd birthday, and alongside released a surprisingly fun Grimace Game Boy Color game. You can play right now at grimacesbirthday.com, and it's actually, you can download the Game Boy Color ROM, which is pretty insane. It absolutely makes no sense, but I love it. Way to go, McDonald's. This is actually pretty cool. Alright gamers, that concludes this week in review for the week ending on June 16th. The week started with Xbox seemingly getting back on track with their big Xbox gaming showcase. Then, Square Enix finally dropped the Final Fantasy XVI demo, allowing us to get our hands on this awesome game for the first time. And the week ended with us finally getting a look at gameplay for the upcoming Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. But let me know anything we may have missed in the comments, and thanks for joining us today, gamers. Shoge World, out.